Good morning, everyone. This is Kat, and I'm going to do some stitching today. I was taking the day off yesterday, and hopefully, you didn't miss me too much. And we're just going to work on my tribal thing that I was working on and try to get it finished. I'd like to have it finished this year, and I hope you can see this well enough. I hope so. Anyway. I have a hard time with the whoops with the um, angle and whatnot. So let's get started, shall we? All right, I'm gonna tilt you down now. Let's see, get you as far as I can get you, and that's not far enough. Okay, hold on. We'll get you. We'll get down there. Okay, here we go. What I'm working on is my tribal, and I hope you can see this well enough. And what I'm doing right now with the stitching I'm doing, I call it railroading. I don't know what everybody else calls it, but I just do half the stitch in one direction, and then I come back and I do the other half in the other direction. And so it seems to cover a lot more ground. I hope the music's not too loud. Yeah, I took the day off yesterday. I didn't do any filming whatsoever. So I hope that's a little bit better. Yeah, we're supposed to get some really hot weather coming in here in the next few days. I think my daughter said on Wednesday, I think it's supposed to be at 100 degrees here in North Georgia. And that's a little bit much. I am not a fan of hot weather. My favorite time of the year is usually the fall and the early spring, where it's still cool. It's cool, but it's not cold. Unfortunately, we don't get too many of those types of days. Not here, anyway. What I'm working on here is a 310, and it's going going around all these other different colors. And I'm not completely done, but mostly it's just this 310 that I'm having to finish. And so, yeah, I think told you that my stepson and his family, his wife, they've moved to Alabama. Not exactly sure what part, but they moved from Florida to Alabama, which I can't say as a blame them. So, things are kind of expensive in Florida. Just a bit. That was one of the reasons why we moved up here 25 years ago. It's because the land was so expensive. in Florida. I mean, and you think we looked at one piece of property once. Oh man, it was quite a while back, but they wanted. Can't remember the exact amount, but it was like $25,000-$30,000 for an acre, right? Now you gotta remember this is 25 years ago, and I mean it was a joke. Luckily, we had visited that piece of property during the rainy season, and I tell you what, that whole place wasn't nothing but a swamp. It was nothing but water, and we said, I don't think so. Not for that price. You would have to build up that whole piece of property. Don't tell me I got a knot. I do. Sorry. I hate it when it knots up. Oh. All right. We're going to do. But yeah, we looked at the property, and unfortunately, they wanted way too much for it for what you were getting. I'm gonna have to cut this. Oh well. All right. So sorry, jiggling you around make you sick. All right. I'll have to cut it later. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. And so anyway, we said no, I don't think so. And so we looked around, but the property was just so high. And when you did get a really nice piece of property, it was so expensive we couldn't afford it. So we decided to come to Georgia. And we land was a whole lot cheaper here, and the price of living was a lot cheaper. So we came up here and we looked around, and we found this place, this 5-acre piece of property, and at that time it had a mobile home on it, and it was they wanted $25,000 for it, which I thought wasn't too bad for 5 acres. So we went ahead and we bought it, and we eventually got rid of the mobile home that was there, and then built a house. Had a house built, but that was back in 2000, I think. Yeah, something like that, 2000, I think. And we lived there for a long time, and then him and I decided to split up. It wasn't like we weren't getting along. It's just that we had grown apart. We just, we were empty nesters. My daughter had grown and had moved, and I don't know. I think we stuck together mostly because of our daughter, and then we just decided to split up. So I couldn't afford to keep the house. on the income that I had. So I ended up trying to sell the place. And unfortunately, when I was trying to sell it, it was during the 2008, 2009 time period, and it's when the market had crashed. And so the housing market had gone right down the tubes. So eventually I ended up having to file for bankruptcy because I just couldn't afford to keep it. And I guess it was 2011, 2012 when I moved over here with my daughter. And I've been here ever since. You know, the pandemic happened and everything else going on, So I've been here ever since. Price of apartments now is ridiculous. You would think that it would go down, but it's never, I don't know. Maybe if we get a different president in, maybe the prices will go down. Who knows? And, but what can I say? Yeah, and was I need to find my my cross stitch it's called the Autumn House. I call it the Autumn House. And it's got all the autumn colors and whatnot. And I would like to work on that during the, September, October. And, yeah, I've got it stashed away somewhere. I put it away, I don't know, just about November last year. And I haven't worked on it since. But I would like to pull it out and work on it a little bit. Got too many irons in the fire, honey. That's what it is. Got too much going on. I've got diamond paintings going. I've got cross stitch, various different cross stitch whips that I need to work on. I mean, jeez. But what can I say? Yeah, it looks like I'm running out of thread here. But that's alright. I think I've got another one strung here somewhere. I usually take and I'll usually thread 2 needles every time I get into a strand of thread. That way, I only have, all I have to do is, just tie one off and start the other one, kind of thing. I don't know if I've got one. I thought I had one, but yeah, there it is. There we go. I'll set it aside because I know I'm getting ready to switch out here. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have such a hard time. I keep pulling it up close to me so I can see it and messing up your view. Yeah. But I find cross stitch, I find it very relaxing. You know, all I have to do is, I know I can't do counted. I mean, I could, but I just don't want to have to stop and think about it. To be honest with you, I I just want to take and stitch. Nothing fancy, you know, that kind of thing. All right, I'm going to tie this off like so. There's that. Getting rid of that knot. Unfortunately, it gets knotted up every now and then. But get that right there. Let me trim off this little tail, like so. Then we can get started on the other one. Yeah, see? Is that easy enough or what? Here we go. Now what I do is I end up with a tail. And what I do is I do like a pin stitch. Okay, I'll show you what I'm doing here. Get to the end of it here. There we go. And then what I do is go right through the center. Okay, like so. And then I come back up. I hope you can see this. But I come back up through the hole that I originally started at. And then back down on the other side. And that secures your thread to where it's not going anywhere. Come on. Damn it. Okay, there we go. And that's how I get my thread started. I don't have to tie a knot or anything like that in the back. And that's how I keep my back from being pretty neat, shall we say. It doesn't look like a mess. Not that it really matters or anything, but I like to have it kind of neat on the back too. So, yeah, I had to do some chores this morning. I went out and did the dishes. And then put a load of laundry in the dryer. Yeah. I think the laundry belongs to my daughter. Anyway, it was sitting there in the washer. It looked like she had washed it earlier this morning, and forgot to put it in the dryer, so I went ahead and put it in there. And that was the extent of my chores this morning. Yeah, me and the kitties, we didn't go out today. Been fighting with a migraine for a couple of days, and so I figured I'd stay indoors, stay out of the sunshine, and go that route. Let me see, get this down here so I can see a little bit better. I know I'm kind of at a funny angle, but Sometimes I miss Florida. I have a lot of friends there and have family there. But my roots are here in Georgia now. I know I stitch slow, so, and I don't do, I can do, what is it, the sewing method type, as long as I'm not using a hoop. But I kind of prefer a hoop. I don't know why, but I do. And so I stitch slowly. Should have named my channel The Slow Stitcher, because I am a very slow stitcher. Y'all have to pull out some of the ones that I finished and show you, because I did one about a year ago. I finally finished. I haven't got it framed yet, but it's a face of Jesus. And it's all done in black. Luckily, it's only a partial, but it definitely it turned out very well. And what I want to do is get it mounted behind in a frame behind some glass. That way, it'll keep it, from getting all dusty and whatnot. So, I didn't used to cross stitch when I was younger. My very first cross stitch, okay, was a counted, and it was a Irish blessing. All right, and it took me about 3 years to finish it. And but I did finish it. Took me a while, but I did finish it. But I don't do counted too much anymore. I mostly stick to the stamped. I like the stamped ones. You don't have to think about it. All you have to do is stitch it. Follow the pattern, kind of thing. I was working on this one. I think it was called The Pandemic. Could have been. I don't remember. Anyway, it's by Long Dog Samplers. And I know I restarted that thing, I know, at least 3 or 4 times. And because I kept losing my place, and then I'd have to go back and I'd have to frog it all out, and I'd start all over. And it was just constant. I said, forget it. I'm too old for this. So now I stick to the stamped cross stitch instead. But I've got so many started whips, that I really would need to stick to working on my whips and try to get some of them done. But unfortunately, I end up getting to this thing and I want to start something new. And eventually I do, and then I got another whip. What can I say? Yeah, most of the cross stitch that I have come from like fan sales, paint some way. I don't think I've ever bought one from what is it, that GBKFE or whatever it's called. Anyhow, I don't think I've ever purchased one from them. Most everything that I was buying was either paint some way, biggest craft, or fan sales. Those are three that I used to buy a lot from. But then I just started buying a lot of my cross stitches and diamond rings. I started buying from Temu, and so I've been with Temu ever since. Yeah, I think my daughter's up. I can hear somebody moving around out there. Yeah, we did a little bit. Not a lot, but we got a little bit done. Yeah, I listened to the melodies, the instrumental on YouTube, and just listening to music. I don't listen to the ones with the song, with the words and stuff. I just listen to the music. It's very relaxing for me. Yeah, Jilly, this lady I listened to, she did a shout out for me yesterday, which was very sweet of her. You know. No, not Jilly.
Hi, Frankie.
Hey,
Hey.
say hello.
Oh, hello. Hello.
That's my daughter.
Hi, Frankie. Nose bumps. Nose bumps.
Frankie's up there on the shelf. She's hanging out in her favorite spot. Well, I think I am going to wrap this up because I'm not sure how long we've been here. But y'all have a good day and have a blessed day. And give your families a hug and a kiss and tell them how much you love them. And we will maybe try to get back with you with a diamond painting later on this afternoon. We'll see. It depends on how busy I get. And so you take care, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.